Anand purchased not one, not two, but five investment properties while he lives in Melbourne. And today he's going to tell us how exactly that all happened. So, Anand, how are you today?
Very well, Bharat. Very well. I'm doing really well. Thank you so much, firstly, for your time. So, look, do you want me to explain how this whole thing happened?
Yeah. Look, personally, I love to find out from you how you chose us. Why did you find me? How we end up, sourcing from property 1 to property 5, which is settling soon. So we just love to know that story from you.
Okay. So, look, interestingly, I found you through Google. At that point, I didn't know much, obviously, about buyer's agent and how they work and all that. So, and I still remember the first conversation that we had. Frankly, I was very tentative at that time.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you, right? And then we took the plunge, right? And this was March last year, March 2024. So it's not too far back.
Yeah.
So a year and 4 months, and the first one that we bought was a house in Queensland, and one of the fastest growing regions, and that was bought for 340.
Yeah, good price.
And the latest valuation is probably over 500.
Wow, that's good. So 340 to 5 or 5 in short period of time. Yeah.
Correct. It's just a year and 4 months.
Yeah.
So and obviously then with that I got the confidence. Then we did the next one in November. Again in Queensland as well. We got that for 490. And the latest valuation is probably sitting at over 540.
Yes.
Right. So that was the second
Some
one.
of the properties on your street are now around 555 to 560 for your information.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you so much. So that's correct. So obviously this is the bank valuation. I know the actual valuations are always higher than what the bank gives, right? So banks are very conservative generally. So obviously the third one was interesting. It was an SMSF purchase.
Yes.
Again, at that point, I didn't know much about SMSF and what do we do. And obviously, thanks to your guidance, I was confident enough to take that plunge. And we got that when April this year. Bought for 525. I think today I can see, again in Queensland, and I can see, because I keep looking at what's happening, and I can see very similar properties selling for, in real, for 460 or even more.
Yeah. So I think the purchase price was 425 for that SMSF.
Correct. 425.
And now I think they are going around 450 to 460. Yeah.
450 to 460, and this is what in just 3 months.
3 months time. Yeah.
So which is really good. Now
property number 4.
Property number 4, exactly. So which just settled this week.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you so much. Again in Queensland, again thanks to your strategy. I mean, so this time it was not a house; it's a unit in Queensland, but for a very low price of 54,000. Obviously, the expectation is that the rent is going to be quite decent. Which obviously means the yield is going to be high at this point. But also the expectation is that, it's a fast growing region in Queensland again.
But 254 is a really good price, in my honest opinion, in 2025. Yeah.
Correct. So, and that was this week, just this week. And incidentally, we also signed the contract for property number 5.
Yep.
There you go. So, which is settling at the end of this month. It's a house. Again, another fast-growing region in Queensland.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a house. It's a big house, but more importantly, with a big block of land.
It is a 2-story house.
And it's a two-story house. Exactly. So that's property number 5. That
And I think the purchase price was $490,000 for that.
correct, 490,000. And in reality, these days, as we know, it's really hard to find properties, sub 500.
Yeah.
It's very hard, right? And all we have purchased so far are in that sub 500 category, and
Correct.
that's where the growth is going to come from.
So now we have not crossed any property for more than $500,000, and we help you to purchase 5 properties since you joined in March 2024. So in
Right.
1 year and 2 months, 5 properties. How do you feel?
Oh, look, I feel great. I mean, again, like I said, when I started, I didn't know much, and now just the confidence that I've got, in such a short span of time, like you said, a month and a year and 3 months.
Yeah.
To buy 5 properties, and I know that all of them, I think in terms of equity, even with the first 2 or 3, we have already crossed
More than 200. Yeah.
$200,000, right? So again, which is going to then help me go from here.
Correct.
Because we still haven't pulled equity from those houses, which only means that, as I go for my 6th or 7th, it's going to become easier for me to pull equity and then just use that for the next one.
Perfect. So I hope you like our strategy. I think we help you to purchase the property, then the second property. By the time there was a significant equity that we could have, got from first and second to help you for third, fourth, and fifth now. And we help you to understand the SMSF, and my team also help you to set up the fund. We rolled over, and then we also help you to purchase the property as well. So what's exactly your single piece of advice to my listeners who are listening to us in terms of the services and the approach that we had, and we help you out from selecting the property till the settlement, then again we invite you for the second property, and then we help you from third, fourth, and up to fifth property now.
But look, I think I'll a piece of advice for all those who are watching this video is one, just not be afraid, right? Just the plunge.
Right.
And like I said, when I first did that, I was very tentative, but then I had the courage to take the plunge, because unless you take the plunge, you don't realize the benefits of doing it. That's number one. Look, number two, I think the best part about working with you is the strategy, right? I mean, it's not a very transactional relationship. Okay, there's a buyer's agent, here's is my budget. And go and purchase. Okay, here is what it is. Okay, off you go, right? It's a very transactional relationship, whereas obviously in your instance, it's not, right? So again, which is where we sit together, we work out a plan, for example, where you say, look, even though you can afford, a property of this price, we are not going to do that, because then, how do we don't want to exhaust
the borrowing capacity.
The borrowing capacity, right? So let's do that instead. This is what we are going to buy. What this is going to do, is that a growth property? Is it a cash flow property?
Correct.
A capital, this property, right? Again, then using that, so you still have some equity left. And, you use for the next one, right? So that, I think for me, that strategy part has been the most valuable one, Bharat, of course, working with cash flow properties. So look, like I said, my advice to all those who are watching this, is for them to just take the plunge, trust cash flow and Bharat, of course, and just go and experience for themselves.
Perfect. Thank you so much for kind words. One more question. Look, this is something I just picked up while we talking. You are from Melbourne, right? And I remembered, look, you also had a property in Melbourne, but I help you to sell that property in a different way so that your borrowing capacity is there to buy the property in somewhere else. Because I know Melbourne will grow, but it's not depends on everyone personal individual circumstances they have to buy, because you also had a property in Melbourne and you sold it. Any reason you sold your property in Melbourne?
Yeah, that's right. But look, again, that came as part of our discussion, right? Again, if every individual is unique, and again, which is why that strategy part is so very important, right? So again, what works for me may not work for somebody else.
Correct.
So again, in my instance, because I was just starting out, like I said, even though Melbourne we know is going to grow, but then the question is time.
How soon? How soon?
How
Because we
soon,
need
right?
that equity now
Correct.
in few months, not in few years. So that
Correct. So
use that equity to buy next property. And
Correct.
exactly what you mentioned is correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly. So the question was, am I in a position to, wait for that long before the growth happens? And clearly the answer was no. And which is why we said, okay, let's sell that property, invest somewhere else where I can get quick growth, scale my portfolio, and then at a later point, I can always come back into Melbourne market, right?
Perfect. Perfect. Look, thank you so much. To kickstart your investment journey, please reach out to my team on 1300513825, or you can visit my website on www.cashflowproperties.com.au. Thank you so much, Anand, for joining us and giving insight of how we help you out to purchase not one, but 5 investment properties and more to come as well. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bharat.